Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, good evening.
Walaikum assalam.
I am so pleased, Mushfiq, not only that you organized this evening, but that you invited me to be a part of it. But why do you ask me to speak after Dan Mozina? He's a horribly difficult act to follow, but for one special reason this time, Dan, I envy the relationship that you were able to develop with Khalida Zia. I followed Dan as U.S. Ambassador to Bangladesh, and by the time I arrived, she was literally under siege in her offices. And my very first meeting with her was not the kind of diplomatic meeting you would expect to have, where I pay a courtesy call on a former prime minister and leader of the opposition. We organized a group of about 12 ambassadors, friends of Bangladesh all, to arrive under the cover of night to her offices to be able to meet with her and to find a way to negotiate both with her and then with the Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, on ending this siege, if you will. The siege ended, but I have to say I don't know that it was because of our efforts as ambassadors. I got to meet Khalida Zia, Begum Zia, numerous times after that, and I can reaffirm that even though she was clearly in greater pain and clearly in distress, she was always gracious and always welcoming, whether it was to her home, whether it was at a breakfast during Ramadan or any other occasion. I just wanted to end by saying, there's a saying that goes something like, polite women don't make history. Begum Zia was quite polite, but she was incredibly tenacious. And I think of all of her qualities, the fact that she had leadership thrust on her, but she recognized her responsibility to her country, certainly to the legacy of her husband, but especially to the people of Bangladesh, and she never ever failed the people of Bangladesh. I will say that as a young woman studying in college, the War of Independence for Bangladesh was one of the first international events that caught my imagination and fueled my interest in international relations. And later, to see not one but two women rise to political prominence, and whatever we can say about the relationship or lack thereof between those two women,